Do you need an update on Algorand on this red day? If you do, join me, because we are going through the charts of USD and BTC versus Algo. Let's see what is happening and where could we be heading. But first, roar. Cardano, my boy, that is so proud of you. I posted this in February on our community tab, and really this man, Charles, he should be proud. And I'm not talking about today, I'm talking about this whole bull run. It seems to me that Cardano has been the main star of this bull run. In the previous, he was a little bit shy, but right now Cardano is showing itself in all its glory. Charles, yep, you should be a proud father. And you know what? I would be also a proud man if you would subscribe to my channel. If you would click that subscribe button right now and join us. Remember, we're welcoming you in our community of thousands and thousands. Now let's get the top 10. Let's see what is really happening today. Not much, a little red. Only Binance coin is a little green. Everything else in the top 10 red. Just as yesterday we had a green day, but it wasn't convincing green like today. It's red, but not convincing red. For me, this is still a lot of indecision in the markets. Still, it's not clear. Will we have a bigger correction or we will remain to the upside? Let's not waste any time. And let's get to the Algorand first versus US dollar. Stick around. Daily chart of Algorand versus dollar. So today we are not taking a big approach, a long-term approach, like in our previous video about Algorand, where we looked at the big chart. In there we made a price prediction for 21, so if you're interested in Algorand, be sure to check it out. We are tilted to the upside. Nothing has changed. Although Algorand is having a rest, a slight pullback, which could even become bigger, we are still bullish. Why is that? One simple fact, one simple trend line. Around Christmas of last year, we established a new bull. You can see the supports along this support line, many touches. Then we went kind of a parabolic, and now what is happening right now? A few days ago we touched it one more time, but rebounded out of it, and we didn't break below it. If we broke below this line, then that would be the case of us telling a little more bearish narrative, not the bear market bearish, just the correction of a bull market bearish, if you catch my drift. So as you can see, for now, this trend line to the upside is respected. So we just gotta remain on bullishness. No matter how low we go, if we are above this trend line, we are bullish. Now listen, volume is telling me that since this point in February, when we hit this peak, this FOMO volume, look at this buying pressure, this FOMO, and of course profit selling, we didn't have any significant volume. And that's why I would be cautious in thinking Algorand is now ready for this. I think it's not. I think it will be in a not so distant future. For now it isn't. Volume is not showing us any signs of bigger buying pressure, right? So what I expect is for the algo to test a few more times this trend line, just like here. Look at this, many tests, and even be open to the possibility of it going below it. It's not excluded, and if we plunge through this trend line, through this support, we are still not bearish, because in the grand scale, I will show you now on the moving averages what is happening. If we break that trend line that we just mentioned, the big one, 144, the one that is consulting me, are we in a bull or in a bear, is still here. We are well above it. So if we fall all the way to that level that right now is 81 cents, I would remain my bullishness. It would be a bigger correction, yes, but it wouldn't crush our bull run. For now, 144 EMA is not important. Do you know which one is? Well, how about a 55 EMA? Far more important for now, because as you can see, it is well respected by the price of Algo. We rebounded right here out of it, and a few days ago also a pretty nice rebound. So first I would keep an eye on the 55 EMA. If that one doesn't hold, well, we got the ones below it, 89, and the final one, 144. So there is a room for a correction, but at the same time it doesn't have to be that way. 55 could really serve us as a hard support, because if you are removing all of these moving averages and look at just the naked price action, what's happening here? We are having a low, but right here we are having a higher low. So this could be our first indication. Algorand is preparing to go to the upside. What is the conclusion of all this? We are bullish versus dollar, but keep in mind that we could correct quite a bit. Never think and assume that if I say that we are bullish, that we are going to the moon, or that we are bearish, that we are going to zero. Absolutely not. We are talking in the terms of supports and resistances below us and ahead of us. My narrative versus dollar is bullish. And if you want to know what is my narrative versus king of cryptos, follow me to the charts of Algo versus BTC. Daily chart of Algorand versus Bitcoin is showing us a slightly different story, but not too much different story, because after this Christmas time, Algo also surged versus Bitcoin to the upside. I mean, just look at this beast, let's say, huge move, and of course, now the correction came, similar to USD. For now, Algorand is respecting this trend line of support and resistance. Points of support are pretty clear, I hope. So if you want to consult one trend line on this chart, let it be this one. As long as we are above it, we are having a bullish narrative. It's the same thing as versus USD. Volume is in a declining phase, so no bigger volume is in the market that would provide us with this kind of move. But don't be mistaken, it will come. So likewise, a few more bounces on this trend line is a possibility. But now, please, let me show you something very interesting. You remember which exponential moving average we charted, and the one that is showing us bull and bear. It was 144 exponential moving average. For me, this is a boundary between the bull and the bear. And right now, although we are kind of fighting it, we are above it. If we find a clear support on the 144, well, that could propel us much higher. And just by the simple fact that we are above it, although marginally above it, I'll remain my bullishness. What's different than versus USD? Well, if you remembered, we were for quite some time and a quite high distance above this 144. Algorand, all this time, you can see, all this price action was below the 144. So until last month, Algorand wasn't bullish versus Bitcoin. Things changed. Things, let's say, are changing. This could be a really nice setup for the upside. So yes, Algorand is kind of preparing to go bullish versus Bitcoin, to go real bullish. This is kind of a testing phase, think about it that way. It's still not super confirmed or super believable, but that could change. Now, if I plot you that 55 that we showed that is watching the price and supporting it versus USD, look at what is happening right now. 55 and 144 are becoming one. Little volatility is showing us that a big move could be ahead of us. and I suspect that that big move could be to the upside. Now, if I plot even 89 exponential moving averages, look at this. They are so close bounded together. At some point, they will start to spread, and at that point, we would have a fierce bull market versus Bitcoin. This is just how I'm seeing things. So, as always, final verdict of Algorand versus USD versus Bitcoin. We are bullish in both cases. Good news for you, huh? If you are an algo holder. Remember, although I said bullish, be prepared. The bigger correction could come in any case. Just because we're bullish, it's not that we are not embracing those corrections. Nothing can go up without pullbacks, without correcting. I mean, it could, but it would be so parabolic that it wouldn't be sustainable, and it would be unhealthy for the price, for the market. So, for me, on the Algorand chart, good things are happening. And for those good things, now it's time to put those thumbs up. Now it's time. You show me that you like my ideas and you are supporting this channel. You are helping us spread like fire. Also, if you are interested in more price predictions and the technical analysis, check out one of these videos. In there, we are analyzing all sorts of coins and we are showing you the way. Join us.